Thank you. Hi, and good afternoon. I'm Eiman Munro and have been working on delivering various autism training programs across England. The National Autism Trainer Programme is one of the programs I co-facilitate as an expert by experience. The wonderful thing about being an expert by experience, or EBEs, is that I can share anecdotal experience from my personal and professional parts of my life. Now, as a late diagnosed autistic adult, I can articulate these experiences and have found a cathartic outlet through this program. So I'd like to today share some of these experiences co-delivering the National Trainer Program, Autism Program, as it has moved me so much and is testament to the impressive work that this program has enabled people like myself to accomplish, which is being our authentic autistic selves, well supported to enable staff to bring much needed change. Firstly, the program supports the NHS professionals to reflect on their understanding of the different intersections in the life of their autistic patients as an essential component of neurodiverse and neuro-inclusive practice in mental health settings. It's impossible to talk about neuro-inclusive practice without being able to talk about autism and the experiences and needs of marginalized groups within the greater autistic community, including autistic people of color, women, LGBTQIA+ individuals, non-speaking individuals, and those with greater support needs. I've been able to share what it's like being a migrant Arab who comes from Iraq and why autism might be missed or misunderstood in children migrants too. The training curriculum involves NHS staff, as well as those in health and justice or residential special educational settings, with examples of common problems such as casting aside autistic traits as being cultural or language difference, or not even considering these when offering post-diagnostic support. So growing up, I've had the multi-intersectional discrimination as a Muslim girl too. And I've experienced a lot of bullying as a result. As with many autistic girls who mask, I was considered shy, or commonly you might have remembered the words goody two-shoes. And having that perspective from an inside out understanding of why I masked, and why I was called shy, others on the NATP training program can form a better understanding of what goes on for us. The slides and videos of the curriculum draw attention to many social detriments of autistic mental health, including masking as a trauma response. In much of my professional life, I've struggled with all sorts of challenges, and the NATP program has turned it around for me, that I can't express how much of an impact it has, except to say it has been great. But there are many more reasons why this is important. We know that many autistic people with or without learning disabilities from minoritized groups may not get the diagnostic and post-diagnostic care they deserve. I'm proud to contribute to efforts to change this. Number 2, supporting NHS staff to understand the importance of changing the environment, not the autistic traits. The program is making a few simple suggestions on how staff can increase their knowledge and skills when working with autistic people of any age, and importantly, how to support autistic people to benefit from mental health therapies available. Due to my professional background, including as a special needs teacher, I'm able to offer many practical examples to these professionals during discussions, and they report back that this has been invaluable. Most professionals agree this is core to help them reflect both on their ethos as well as practical applications. Based on feedback, many staff members post-training were more able to utilize the expertise of autistic people to identify sensory issues and in developing proactive approaches to the environment. This is then linked to my second point a rich framework of principles that we call SPELL, which I use a lot as a special needs teacher. This wonderful tool has the potential to offer much needed structure, positive expectations, empathy for the experience of the other, even if different from ourselves, low arousal, and links to support a happy and healthy life in the community. In my most recent training session, I was very impressed with how a simple exercise was addressed by one of the participants I worked with. It was an exercise that involved looking at problem solving with an autistic child, as seen as challenging. The replies were wonderful to hear as they focused on changing the environment, preventing crises, and preventing damaging restraint or seclusion or even exclusion of the young person. If every person we train is able to apply these tiny steps, then we have every right to remain hopeful that this training will improve outcomes for autistic people. The third point, developing deep empathy for each other's experiences and deepening staff's understanding of how they can support families navigating the maze of accessing support. One of my own children is actually on the waiting list for CAMS, and being a mother with direct experience while dealing with the school system and professionals, although hard, is incredibly important to hear and share. I have, through this program, had the privilege to speak with professionals who work in the CAMS setting, and it's lovely to see how much support and care there is for our children. It gives me so much hope to learn that we are all working together to make it not just a better place for the next generation, but an inclusive and kind one full of empathy and care. Unfortunately, I believe everyone knows about how the current system is reactive and not enough. Dr. Georgia's recent research, the experiences of many of us, the media and news, all confirm that there is a need for a more neuro-inclusive and personalized approach in CAMS, from the professionals themselves and the adjustments that are offered and in the therapies that are provided. And just the final point, given a chance to accept ourselves as ourselves and feel supported by allies is a great way modeling the change we want to see. The NATP program has been running only a short while, and yet it has had a great impact on many people. I originally joined it hoping to help and share what it's like for an autistic person living in a world that is sometimes quite hostile. But this program includes us, autistic people of all ages, to be accepted as we are. Not only listening to us, but also allowing us the agency to be a part of that change with allies who truly understand autistic people. In conclusion, this program is a reflective one, but also a celebratory one, as I have seen so much good practice already and eye-opening thoughts from people who have been participating in it, knowing that more and more professionals from many mental health settings are understanding autistic people and looking at reframing their approaches to focus on adapting processes, environments, and our own thoughts is an incredible step forward in the right direction.